Hi, I'm Michael. First thing that ran through my mind when I heard about HEMGENIX, I immediately wanted to go start the process. To me, it wasn't a hard decision to make. I heard about HEMGENIX in the beginning of 2022. I understood that HEMGENIX could take me to the next treatment level and, eliminate me having to rely on prophy. Step one of the approval process was just getting a brief rundown of the product, what needed to be done, such as labs and scans. I just want to say I'm very grateful for that HEMGENIX Connect team. Starting with my first discussion with that team, they eliminated all the stress off my shoulders. Usually, you take accountability and responsibility for your own health, talking to insurance, talking to doctors. If you're traveling, getting certain travel itinerary situated, HEMGENIX Connect team, they took care of all that for me. We were texting, and having that sort of relationship made us feel like, we were kind of a family. You could tell we were all excited about the process. They were helping me prepare for the life-changing opportunity. And if there were any questions, they took care of it all. Once I was approved, the exact words I told my doctor was, "What's the earliest date I can receive it?" On infusion day, we arrived on a Monday for a pre-check with my medical team, just so they can make sure I was in a good mental and physical state before the infusion. Told me, the associated risks with the procedure, infusion-related symptoms, and what to expect throughout the process. The experience with HEMGENIX on infusion day was a very smooth process thanks to my medical team. The infusion lasted around 1 hour, and then the monitoring period was a couple more hours after that, so I was able to take my schoolwork with me. After I received the injection, I felt like this was a new chapter in my life. My post-treatment monitoring required, me to get my labs done after receiving the injection, and then once a week at a lab closer to home. My doctor contacts me to let me know what my levels are and how HEMGENIX is working. Since my HEMGENIX infusion day, my life has changed. I would rate my HEMGENIX experience a 10 out of 10. It feels amazing to no longer have to get prophy. It's a 1-hour infusion that will possibly change your life.
Important safety information. What is HEMGENIX? HEMGENIX, etranacogene dezaparvovec-drlb, is a one-time gene therapy for the treatment of adults with hemophilia B who currently use factor IX prophylaxis therapy, or have current or historical life-threatening bleeding, or have repeated, serious spontaneous bleeding episodes. HEMGENIX is administered as a single intravenous infusion and can be administered only once. What medical testing can I expect to be given before and after administration of HEMGENIX? To determine your eligibility to receive HEMGENIX, you will be tested for factor IX inhibitors. If this test result is positive, a retest will be performed 2 weeks later. If both tests are positive for factor IX inhibitors, your doctor will not administer HEMGENIX to you. If, after administration of HEMGENIX, increased factor IX activity is not achieved or bleeding is not controlled, a post-dose test for factor IX inhibitors will be performed. HEMGENIX may lead to elevations of liver enzymes in the blood. Therefore, ultrasound and other testing will be performed to check on liver health before HEMGENIX can be administered. Following administration of HEMGENIX, your doctor will monitor your liver enzyme levels weekly for at least 3 months. If you have pre-existing risk factors for liver cancer, regular liver health testing will continue for 5 years post-administration. Treatment for elevated liver enzymes could include corticosteroids. What were the most common side effects of HEMGENIX in clinical trials? In clinical trials for HEMGENIX, the most common side effects reported in more than 5% of patients were liver enzyme elevations, headache, elevated levels of a certain blood enzyme, flu-like symptoms, infusion-related reactions, fatigue, nausea, and feeling unwell. These are not the only side effects possible. Tell your healthcare provider about any side effect you may experience. What should I watch for during infusion with HEMGENIX? Your doctor will monitor you for infusion-related reactions during administration of HEMGENIX, as well as for at least 3 hours after the infusion is complete. Symptoms may include chest tightness, headaches, abdominal pain, lightheadedness, flu-like symptoms, shivering, flushing, rash, and elevated blood pressure. If an infusion-related reaction occurs, the doctor may slow or stop the HEMGENIX infusion, resuming at a lower infusion rate once symptoms resolve. What should I avoid after receiving HEMGENIX? Small amounts of HEMGENIX may be present in your blood, semen, and other excreted or secreted materials, and it is not known how long this continues. You should not donate blood, organs, tissues, or cells for transplantation after receiving HEMGENIX. Please see full prescribing information for HEMGENIX. You are encouraged to report negative side effects of prescription drugs to the FDA. Visit www.fda.gov/medwatch or call 1-800-FDA-1088. You can also report side effects to CSL Behring's Pharmacovigilance Department at 1-866-915-6958.